intimate breath.
Sweet. So I am in my late summer and I feel like my energy is still here, but it's a bit more settled and a bit like more grounded, and there's like a less dreamy all over the place feeling. It's more like a bit more sober in my thoughts again, which is also nice. Just, yeah. How about you?
I am in, it feels like very, very early spring, but I've been bleeding for 2 days, so I feel like it should be winter, but it feels like spring. I had a run this morning and it felt really good, and a dance. So yeah, but I also have a little bit of worry. So I guess it's kind of the spring. It feels like it's something like inside, and the body still being like, no, wait, like, who? Still winter. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
How about you?
For me, it would be the first time guessing, feeling where I'm at.
If you would tie it to the shamanistic directions.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start from the rational viewpoint. So I know I've had a week of easy celibacy over was like 7 days. Then I had sex, and I've now had 5 days of real horniness. So I experienced that as really summary. Also, like getting shit done and waking up early and doing my body activation in the day easily. Today was the first day of like getting sluggish out of bed and wanting to take it easy and just have a hot shower. So I'd say that's the start of fall for me because it's going down. Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
So we're kind of in the same place, kind of transition from summer to autumn.
Mm.
You're
Opposite.
opposite.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
And it's definitely also just an experiment to tie it in this workshop into like into the creative process and see how it maybe links with the things that you want to manifest in your life and where it maybe isn't flowing super well and how that might be tying into the cycle. So I would love to start with just I don't know if you have something with you to write down. Lisa has.
Good student.
I'm about to.
So, I mean, creation is always like so many things are actually co-creations with your environment and just with the people in your life and with life. Just so it's hard to really focus it on only you. But I would just like for you to write down a few things that you know you desire in your life and you've maybe like intentionally tried to create in your life. And then one point, like one thing that maybe stands in a way that you notice always comes up. And I can give you some examples. I wanted to write the text for the sales page of this course. It was like I kept on feeling overwhelmed and some fear in the morning. When it comes to wanting to create like a close tribe of open-minded, sex-positive friends, I sometimes keep on recurring to days where I feel just completely alone. And then when it comes to creating a healthy, fit body, something that keeps on recurring now and then is like beating myself up and wanting to punish myself with fasting days. So we're searching for things that kind of come back now and then. Yeah.
So we can rewrite?
Yeah.
So, for example, daily body-mind practice, and the thing that gets in the way, laziness of laying in bed for too long.
For example.
Okay.
Well, but maybe, and this is just a suggestion, you might want to keep it like that, and you might want to go a layer deeper and see, like, why do you want to do that practice? Like, what is it that you ultimately want to create? Like the quality in your life, or you don't have to share all of them if like you can keep for yourself whatever you want to keep for yourself, but do you want to share each, at least one, maybe more, just to get an idea?
Can I start, or do you want to start, Nathan?
Yeah, go.
So the one I chose, or one that I chose, was open relating as a wish and a want. And the why, or like the deeper why, for me, I think it's some kind of stability, to really feel like I have close kinship with all the people around me and not just one partner. To have like it feels like stability in some way, like a family, not like a family, but like a net of relations that feels as like home. And what comes in the way, now I wrote down a lot of like my thoughts that comes in the way. It's like, I don't know how to do it. It's all gonna go to hell when I try. I don't have the tools. This is not the right time. I don't have time. This takes too much time. And obviously being scared of being left alone. Like, what if I do it and then me putting myself there on the line is just gonna mean that I get left alone, like that my partner is gonna leave me, or that the people around me is gonna see what an awful human I am when I'm jealous and angry and upset and frustrated, and everyone's gonna leave. So I think the fear that comes in the way is like there's a lot of things telling me not to do it because I'm really like scared of being alone. And then the next thing that came up was like, I want to meditate because I need to be like okay with being on my own. But yeah, that was one of them that came up. Yeah. I'm sending the ball to you.
The one I'm going to choose is the transforming the tendency, or actually watching and using of pornography to a more body experienced sexuality and intimacy experience for myself. Yeah, and the things that's in the way is that I'm admitting to my very horny cravings. I think a deeper one underneath that is that I have certain desires, wishes to experience that I have a hard time really owning up and finding people to experience them with and exploring. And quite new to share about them with my partner, sharing my sexuality with, being able to say like, yeah, I'm needy of other people to explore that with, because I don't think I'll be finding it with you. Yeah. Yeah. And the motivation behind that is I really want to master whatever my sexual energy is, or where where it want to flows to, instead of hiding it in shadows or exploring it in shadows. I can be of service with that.
It's interesting that you, I mean, and not so strange, but that you both bring a topic that is very, very much also close to the rest of the work. That, like, you didn't bring something about school or about your youth. It's awesome, both of them. Yeah. And you can keep the other ones also in mind. They can come back later maybe, but I suggest we start the constellation. And as we go in the constellation, you can actually, for now, just drop this. We wrote it down, it's on paper, and we'll come back to it later. And Nathan, I already created something on the ground here for Lisa, but you can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, actually I can do it with this one. Yeah. So, oops. Wow, really nice. Okay. So it would be nice if this is the floor or the ground that you have, that you make a nice cross with something. Could be branches, could be just, you know, something laying here and here and here. I have 2 scarves on the ground. I can show you. See?
Ah, yeah.
So that you create that, and then in each corner you'll place an element that represent the seasons in the right follower, and that could be anything. It's as long as you know what it is. This is for us autumn and winter and summer and spring. It could be anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can set that up.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
Great. So I won't explain anything right now. We're first just gonna experience, and then afterwards I'm gonna, you know, add whatever feels good. So I'm inviting you both to stand or sit on the, or maybe stand on the outside right now. So not in the circle, but just on the side. And in front of you is the circle of, you know, the 4 directions of the elements, of the seasons, and also the circle of, you know, the fertility and the creation process, all of them, of your life. And I'm inviting you to just step into it slowly and kind of just follow your feet, follow your body to a place that just pulls you to stand there. And so if you're standing on a line of the cross, that is the transition between seasons. If you're standing completely in the middle of a season, that is, you know, in the center, full summer or full winter. Yeah, so just adjusting until you find your place. And just take a moment to land there and maybe close your eyes and notice how your body is feeling. Exploring every subtle sensation. Maybe also an emotion or a thought that comes up. Notice if your body wants to stand in a certain position, or your hands go to a place. See if there is something comfortable or pleasurable about this place. Or maybe it's rather challenging. There's some tension somewhere. If you had to say one thing that stands out for being on this spot right now, what would that be? Yeah, actually, you can share if you want. Yuck. Do you want to share a little more about the yuckness?
It's like I'm standing with like one foot on the edge between winter and spring. First I was in spring, but then I guess I feel it's very similar to where I'm at in my cycle also. Like summer feels really scary. Like it's asking something from me. Like I should do something, and I feel like oh, like I don't like. I kind of want to, but I don't really want to, and it just feels like yuck. Like I want to tell summer yuck, but I still want to be in spring. Kind of. It's like a lot of uncertainty. I guess that's a word. Like a lot of uncertainty. Yeah. Yeah.
Your whole body is also kind of. I mean, obviously.
My feet are also like together. Like everything feels like.
I mean, not so cool, but nice to hear your experience. What stands out for you where are you, Nathan?
I shifted a bit between fall and summer. Eventually, I took one foot in either. Feel a certain pull of gravity towards my lower belly. The word that comes up is like landing. Feels quite vulnerable because I kind of want to have more energy to keep going, and I feel like I'm inward. There's resistance.
I recognize that. It's also really fun. Did you think about going to the place where you are right now? Kind of.
I first felt it, and then I realized that was the same place I shared about in the check-in.
You too.
Yeah, very similar. Like I felt like because I started on that side of the circle, and before you even said anything, I'm like, I actually want to like stand over here, and then I kind of judged them, like, but am I just going there because of,
Yeah.
But that's what it. Yeah.
So I want to just take one more moment on this place and turn a little bit more inwards and ask your body, ask yourself, if anything, what do you need here? What would support you to harvest the gift of this place? And anything that comes up in you, just trust it. There's no right or wrong. It's one big play. And when you're ready to share, you can share if you want to.
Feel like hugging myself and like gentle rubbing, and also like walk in
Couldn't hear that.
a walk in a big forest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Nice.
gently.
Yeah, I also felt like the last word you said, like gentleness. First, I felt like I would like to hear, maybe like also from myself, that like I don't have to, like I can just sit and look. Like I can just observe, like it's okay to just observe. I don't have to interact. It's like I saw almost like as if you would feel, you know, when the snow is falling and you look at it and it like and it just like it's just like it's not like in a wind, or it's just like going down and laying on the ground and like yeah, just like the longing to be a witness somehow, and that's okay, and to hear that it's okay, like not having to go anywhere, like the gentleness of just being and like finding the, because it's something with like there's something that also wants to go to the summer, but it's scared that it has to. It feels like it's getting pushed somehow. So it's like the longing to find my own, like, yes, I want to take that step because I feel it, not because it's pushed.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, gentleness. Yeah.
Okay, let's explore more.
Yeah.
So you can just go out of the circle for a moment and do whatever feels for you like a reset. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Okay, pee break.
Yep.
Okay. So you had your reset, and yeah, I very much trust both of your bodies to find a new spot that is meant to be explored. Just follow your feet again or your head, doesn't matter where the movement actually comes from. Yeah. And maybe, you know, if you land somewhere, feel into, do you want to be a bit more to the left, to the right? Follow your body. And then really sink down a moment. Allow yourself to fully feel yourself there. Bring your attention to the subtleties of your experience, how your body is feeling, the position you want to take. maybe strong thoughts or an image that comes up. And again, if you would have to say in one sentence or like name one thing that really stands out, kind of pinpoint that down. And when you feel ready to share, you can also take a bit longer. Well, you can share as long as you want.
Yeah. I like this one sentence.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I can hear your voice quite good, Laura, but Lisa's not really.
So now, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one sentence that came to me was "I'm allowed." Like I'm allowed. Like it's that I'm in the summer. One, like a little bit behind, like a little tiny bit, like after the maximum full point. It's like this longing of feeling like I did it and it was like I'm allowed and it's okay, like pushing through something. Or I don't know if it's pushing, but just somehow having the experience of like, oh, I didn't, like I'm allowed to be alive. And it's yeah, it feels bubbly, like scary and bubbly here. And in the arms a little bit. And I'm also sitting down. I was standing up, but I felt like sitting somehow. I really wanted to like caress this whole space and just like, oh, yeah.
Sounds like there's a lot of aliveness, and at the same time, you really want to like be close to. I don't know. It's like an interesting mix of things that you're mentioning.
Yeah. Maybe I'm a little bit attached. I don't know. Like, yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. How about you?
I'm on the opposite, middle of winter. Feel silence. Just
Silence.
yeah, doing nothing. Silence.
Easy for you to be there?
I like it. The first 10 seconds. And I felt like my throat was a bit slightly contracting.
Mm-hmm.
And next to that, yeah.
Okay. So then, just asking yourself again, what supports you to be even more fully just in this aspect of yourself, in this aspect of your life, of your cycle? What do you need when you're here? And feel free to share when you're ready. Trusting whatever comes up. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's quite a lot of things. Journaling, being covered in whatever, like a lot of covering, be it clothing, blankets, people, and fire, like candles or really campfire with silence, all of that. Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it really feels good. Yeah.
So clear. Awesome. You're such a good woman.
It's so funny that we're kind of, I feel like we're in the
Opposite.
yeah, really opposites. I like what came to me was like I need craziness. Like I need to like be like mirrored with craziness. Like first I thought play, but it's like more than that. It's something that just like and to, like somehow be met in it, like a need to like it's like this wish to fucking freak out and that to see that like the world is like freaking out with me and that it like it comes back to this like it's allowed to kind of see that it's not just me, like it's yeah, like a lot of I was thinking the first things that came was like play and humor and laughing, but it's this like laughing that I judged it in myself as like it's a crazy laughter because it's not just like fun, it's like a laughter that's just like fucking insane somehow, like and that can't be contained somehow. Yeah.
I love my insane, crazy friends. Nice. You up for exploring one more place, or does it feel enough?
No, I want to do another.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. Nice. So you can do a reset again in your way, whatever that means for you. Take a deep breath as well if you didn't yet. Maybe with some crazy, insane sound. Again. Yeah, breathing in.
Oh.
Okay, so your feet are gonna guide you now to a place that is actually the most challenging for you in this time of your life. So when you feel the first steps, just follow them and take your time until you land somewhere. You might find it by following most resistance or most pull in a negative way. So, and just be there for a little bit. Lisa notices she actually needs to go elsewhere. Trusting wherever you're arriving. Yeah, and you'll feel it when you're there. You'll feel something landing. And see if you can, whatever you're noticing right now in your body, in your emotions, in your thoughts, see if you can just dare to turn up the volume button a little more. Dare to give it a bit more space so you can clearly feel it. Notice whatever impulses are there. And when you're ready to share what you're noticing, you can do that. Lisa is ready.
Yep.
Like kind of pain here. It's like right under my right boob. And it's first I was in winter and then I moved here. Like now I'm in the middle of summer and spring. It feels like the space of like letting shit die, like letting go. That's really scary. Like I guess a space of acceptance of just like yeah. Yeah, it's I feel like it's holding, like this is the space in my body where it's like you gotta hold on, otherwise you're gonna end up miserable and alone and like die in a rotten poop hole.
I'm recording this, guys. Yeah, but I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a place of like holding on and not like it's like if when I take the next step into the autumn, it's like I know it I need to like give it to the earth and I don't want it, like I'm just gonna I don't want to give yeah. That's where I'm at.
What about you, Nathan?
At the end of spring, just before the transition to summer, and first I had like the ideas of I'm quite fond of having a lot of energy, but at the same time I also see the difficulties in there of erecting that energy and making that precise and really applying it usefully.
Mm.
Yeah, how I also noticed it here last week or the days before is like, ooh, when I'm like in a really good vibe, I tend to take a lot of space easily in all kinds of way. I think the too much vibe comes in there. Wondering if other people would like some more space to do that. Also, the fear of losing touch with my inner world, becoming really extroverted, like splashing it out. Uh, like yeah, there's like a really big mental tension about losing the touch with the depths of my sensitivity. Yeah, wanting to stay connected with that while really going out. Yeah, and another one is also the part of like, ooh, like use the metaphor of like the seeds have been sown. Like, shit, what is what is gonna sprout, and I'm gonna to take responsibility for that, because it's gonna grow and it's gonna be seen. And will I be able to take care of it and let it grow and honor what's growing? Am I gonna dare to express it and show it to the world? Especially myself. Yeah. Because I'd rather hide and just stay deep and feeling. And yeah.
Gosh, I feel that so much as you're speaking into all of that. Yeah. I think that was definitely also the place most challenging for me in the last cycle. But I resonate with both of what you said so much. So recognizable. Yeah. So want to close your eyes again and feel what, like in your happiest, wildest, most beautiful dream world, what would be your support here? Knowing also that the place where you feel right now most uncomfortable is probably also the place where there's the most gold for you to discover. Qualities of yourself that you're stepping into more, or that will help you in your creative process of life. And the places in my cycle, every time where I had most challenge, they change all the time. And one by one, they become my favorite place. Yeah, and it's just shifting all the time. So if you feel ready to share, you can share.
First thing that came up is a very clear to-do list. And also, first starting with giving myself allowance to get really wild and out there and freaky, and also maybe just the period before that, checking in with everybody here, maybe just letting them know that I'm about to. So then they're kind of warned, and yeah, then I will allow myself easier to take in such space. There was another thing. Maybe it comes back.
I get really inspired by that, like asking people that, like letting people know, even though like that would probably be a thing for me at another place in the cycle, but like letting people know this is where I'm at, and I'm like I might be stepping into like crazy. It would help me so much to like allow myself to do that, I think, because what I'm scared of is the, am I gonna be too much? Is it gonna be too, yeah. So I'm gonna take you up on that one, Nathan. Here where I'm standing now, I feel like it's a like ongoing thing in all of these, or these the last two ones at least, that I'm like I want to be like I want to feel connected, and the first thing that comes up is I want to feel connected with others. But I think I also think it's like a deep longing to just feel like held by myself. Like I really feel a longing for meditation. Just feel that I'm home.
You're longing for what?
Meditation, like connection.
Meditation. Yeah.
I'm longing for the connection, and it keeps showing itself. Like I long for connection with other people, which I also do, but I also really long for like just to like, yeah, to sit, just to like feel at home, like here. So I think meditation on my to-do list. Yeah, that would be a great help.
Beautiful. And I think the piece of like allowing yourself and letting people know where you are in your cycle, and then also just knowing it for yourself, that's like one of the like things that is making me so keen on cycle awareness. It's like it helps in all my relationships to just know where I am and give myself permission to feel that season and the qualities of that, and to know how to interact with other people from that place, and maybe ask some help just by letting them know, you know, like yeah.
On that note, I remembered the other thing that would help me the end of spring is not only informing or warning other people, but like finding other crazies in that period.
Yeah, that's what she also had, right, in her summer. Yeah.
Yeah, you get really crazy together. Then yeah, I'm not the one taking that space. It's like getting all crazy in that space together.
Awesome.
Can I share one thing?
Yeah.
I remember Lise Storm. I don't know if you met her. She was a woman. She has these workshops called Dance into Your Lust. And we did one like kind of ritual with her when everyone is standing in a circle. So you like really tightly hold. Some people are sitting down and some people are standing. So it's a very like tight held circle with people looking at the one in the center. And anyone can go in the center and be whatever is alive right in that moment. And the other people are like going in there with you.
Yeah.
So when one person would go into the circle and be like full on fucking like like you could watch someone and this person would like do it 10 times, you know, amplified in your face. And it was really this was the vision I had also, like the longing of just having people show us that we're like, it's like human. It was so, yeah, that was a really cool space. Yeah.
I've done similar things as well, and embodying your shadows and then being completely mirrored in that, and by a close group. Yeah, I think it's useful for every season, but it seems to be especially with summer vibes. Yeah. Want to do one more? Last?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll reset. And this time you're gonna follow your body to a place that feels very, maybe something around comfortable or nourishing or easy to find your power in it. Something that feels very open for you to wrap up with something more easy. Yeah. Did you land somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay. And then take a few more moments to just, yeah. I'm imagining it's easier to feel and to notice already because it's your comfort zone. But just, if you can turn on the lights a bit more inside and maybe enjoy it also a bit more. Notice where there's some pleasure of some kind in your body, a lightness or openness or warmth or sexual energy or groundedness, whatever it is that you're appreciating in this place. And maybe you do also notice a little bit of a challenge somewhere or some tension. And just become aware of that too. And then also take a moment to feel what would help you to shine even more or to harvest even more of these enjoyable qualities. And I think Lisa kind of stranded already somewhere. I don't know if Nathan, you can let us know when you're ready to share.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah? Okay. So one of you can start.
And I'm in the fall, middle of the fall. Really nice here because there's like I feel like here just to flow. Right, gets really nice nostalgic memories to the last years I've had in and around Ghent. Years of following my own flow uh, within all kinds of obligations, and I just flowed around it. And how easily that works for me to just go with the flow. Sensuality is also in there, like really soft, gentle moving. Uh, Maybe some wilder waters also arising from that. Like also the ease to sink into serenity. That also the allowance to feel and talk and share about emotions and receive others in that. That's also what would help me in here is to have spaces or just one or multiple persons talking about how we're feeling and how we want to go with that. And I really like that here. Also to throw out the to-do list and put in the to flow sign, which wouldn't have a list. Yeah. Yeah.
The element of this season is also water. So it's nice that you bring this word flow all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. yeah, I just I just remembered that if I'm now transitioning towards fall, that means next week I'm probably gonna be in there somewhere. A wetsuit session in the water.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm,
good. Okay.
cool. So I'm now standing in spring. My first feeling was like, this looks really yummy. And it just feels really good to hold. Like I just wanted to like feel something. And I think spring in some way it feels like exciting and in some way easy place to be, because it's like it's a little bit chaotic and it's allowed to be chaotic. It's like the part of the process that's just like, oh, we can wow, and then you like there doesn't have, and there's still the goal of the summer, which in some ways like, yeah, we're going there, but we don't have to like, it doesn't have to land right now.
Mm.
For me, it's the place of like, oh, let's just plant a shitload of seeds and like let's wow, and it's like all, it's like there's a lot of like excitement that doesn't have to be understood or analyzed or like it's like an allowance place for like shits and giggles. And I felt like the one thing that I would really appreciate in this place of like wow would actually be the somewhat I don't know, it's like first it came to me like to actually get some like, you know, someone that's pulling me down a little bit so that I'm allowed to like whoa, and that I don't have to, I want to put this on someone else to keep me grounded because I don't want to keep myself grounded. But I think it also actually came down to like being witnessed and seen in this like craziness, because it would actually help to see the stuff that otherwise it doesn't like crystallize somehow. So it was like some kind of longing to be witnessed in like yeah to be witnessed, not with any specific wish of like getting anything back from the witness, but just the actual feeling of someone's watching me right now and what that's like giving to me.
Presence.
Yeah.
I can, oh God, this is actually super inspiring to hear. Yeah.
And when you spoke about sensuality, and I feel like this is totally a place of just like sexuality and sensuality. Like, I just want like someone to watch me. Like, I don't want you to like, you're not getting over here. Like, this is like mine, and I'm just gonna like, it's that feeling of like teasing. I don't know what to like. It's like teasing myself with like, I know I can get up there, but I'm just gonna like be in my freak out like spring zone and not rush to like the crystallized. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
It's so nice that you love that place so much, because I get so easily overwhelmed by all the excitement and the chaos. And actually, you might be the one that I can ask to witness me when I'm there. And it just, oh my God, it's sometimes really too much for me. All the
Well, for me too, eh? Like, don't get me wrong. It can also be too much, but it's some way enjoyable also.
yeah. Does it feel complete? The share of this place?
Very complete. It was really fulfilling exercises, Lore.
We're not done yet, actually.
Whoa.
It will actually be a full 2 hours probably, but you know, because we want to, you know, this was the seeds, and we want to harvest it now, kind of bring it down somewhere. And actually, if that's all right for you both, I just want to add a little bit of explanation for the recording, and maybe it's also nice for you to hear, but I guess you'll also already get it. So yeah, this is not the most clear thing. On this. Okay. So for the people that aren't familiar with the seasons and the cycle and all of it, so this is summer, and the middle of summer is around ovulation. It's the time where it's your fertile window. It's the time where your egg is ready to be fertilized. And these lines are the transitions between seasons. So for me, in living cycle aware, the transitions are very clear. It's really a day, and it's a very like I know, oh wow, now I'm moving to the next season, and then I can land into new qualities. So this is autumn is premenstrual, winter is when you're bleeding, and spring is follicular phase, so moving to ovulation again. And you can see in the creative process, you can see winter as a time where you, as Nathan also said so clearly, you're really connecting with your inner world, with your sensitivity. And it's almost like going deep inside, and digging until you reach the core of you, and you take a little piece that wants to be brought into the world in the next cycle. So that's what's happening. And in the end, and the transition to spring, there's also a lot of visionary qualities. And spring is the moment where a lot of ideas can come. The element is air, and it can be a little bit heady. And I think Lisa explained it so well how it can feel. There's just a lot of excitement. It's not grounded yet. It's not meant to be grounded. It's a lot of ideas. And then summer is, doing it, bringing it, showing it, embodying it. And then autumn is when you look at the physical experience of the cycle. For so many women, that's such a challenging time, the premenstrual time. And you could say that that's also a little bit because the qualities in autumn are the inner critic and the letting go and the slowing down again, and also the feedback system. So we've done this whole process, and now it's actually time to look at what worked and what didn't work, and how can we take that information with us so the next cycle can be even more really me. And a lot of us didn't really learn how to slow down and how to have like a healthy critical voice towards themselves. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious, if you look back at the things that you wrote down for yourself, maybe we can take the chair again. I would suggest that you first take just a few minutes to kind of meditate on this, like read again what you wrote down, And now with the experience that you had in your body from those different places in the cycle, so I would like to invite you both for like a little inquiry, just like 2-3 minutes, where you maybe share what the connection is that you might be seeing, maybe not at all, between the things that you wrote down and the things that you just experienced in the constellation. But then also, you know, you'll both like get 3-4 minutes and keep on questioning things too. It's not meant to be like a conclusion or like, you know, a puzzle that is just put together, but just like questioning some things and like exploring, and the other two will just be holding space. Who wants to start?
I can start. I landed back in the things I wrote with like, why can't I do it? Why can't I land back in this like open relating and wanting the stability and want like a network of a family and like, and one of the things that I wrote is not right now, which is like, and I'm realizing like I've been judging this like not right now, but maybe it makes all the sense in the world that I'm obviously not this, I'm not working the same all month when it comes to like what I need or what I would prefer of the relations around me. Like if I want just to be held and have safety and like to be able to kiss someone, or if I'm in the place where I want to explore and I want to like, you know, be like mirrored in the like insanity of like enjoyment and lust and fear and like all the emotions that there is to like live them fully. And then there's a time of month where I'm like, that doesn't feel exciting. And to actually ask for that in the relations that I have, especially with like a partner, to be honest, that I'm like, I might want something right now that, I mean, it's so easy to say this, like I can always change my mind, but that it's so obvious to me somehow that I'm not going to be like as up for this when it feels scary all time of the month. There's going to be a few times of the month where it feels more exciting and safe. And then I'm going to need like to have that work be like a stable work of wanting to open up. At a certain point of the month, I'm going to need more, I'm going to have to ask for more support. And like, and maybe that means me not having to do anything or me not wanting to, and that's okay for me to like not want to open, to like just not want, and to allow the not wanting and allow the really wanting. But like, yeah, I think this like that it's allowed, it also comes from a place that I can really allow also myself, and to see in my relations that it is allowed for me to not want also. It comes back to the yes and the no somehow, like, and I need to like hear that my no is allowed. I want to ask for the experience of needing that in my relations. That no, I don't want to, but it's okay. And to ask for what I need then. Yeah, I don't know if this is very clear, but I found it really nice that I actually wrote this not right now as like a reason. That I'm realizing it makes all the sense in the world. Like there is times of in my cycle where it just feels like not right now, and that's okay and welcome. And then there's times of the cycle where it feels like yes, right now, but it's not always there, and that's, yeah. allowance, I guess. Allowance for the not right now and yes, right now part of me. And the letting go of the yes right now. I guess that's the like uncomfortable place where I'm standing. Because that's the letting go of yes, right now, and allowing the no, not right now. Because like how is that one gonna be received somehow? That shift. Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Beautiful.
You hear the alarm?
Yeah. Or if you did.
Yeah. Did you?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So, if you want to.
I was actually just started to writing down what I experienced during the constellation and really reflected on what you said we could do, but also very clear how I would link it. While listening to your share, Lisa, I did see some things very clearly actually. Uh, it it dawned on me that like for beginning of this year when I really wanted to handle like seriously my energy towards my sexual energy and why and how pornography takes or has taken its place in my life, that I could now, while seeing I do indeed go through a cycle, it was always a vague thing to me that because I could only really recognize the time when I ejaculate, I fall into like a post ejaculation depression, which would be called winter. Now I can like really own for myself that I do also have the other seasons and that I probably need for every season just another part to aim my sexual intimate energy. Because I was looking for this one size fits all times, or maybe two things that I was like, okay, by what am I gonna replace it? And like I shared in the beginning, I had this celibacy week of nothing, and I could indeed see that. Then I started picking up didgeridoo again and journaling, reading a book, playing horsehead fiddle, uh, a very ancient violin, call it like that, uh, and that worked wonderfully. But I started noticing the last days that that wasn't my thing anymore, and I was like, oh shit, I'm falling back into the tendency of going towards pornography. But actually, I could also see like I'm falling into more of a end of the summer, going towards a fall. So I could maybe see yeah, what I realized would help me in fall to then shift my focus more towards that instead of not having the energy anymore to explore my creative uh, things. Very insightful. I'm a bit amazed by how much this is bringing me actually. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Looks like it is complete. You're doing this.
What did you say?
Are you ending it?
Yeah, I'm ending it. Yeah, I'm gonna round off with saying I'm gonna make a cycle plan.
See why I like it?
Yeah.
awesome. Really cool. I like how you both kind of, yeah, come back with the same thing of, oh yeah, we're just changing all the time. There is a cycle, like in everything that I want to do. And instead of losing things every time I move towards another season, I'm actually stepping into something also. Yeah. What is, I mean, maybe it's kind of obvious, but just to really end now, closing circle, what's one thing, what's one key that you don't want to forget, that you really want to take with you? If you had to say it in a word or an image or a sentence of the whole journey we had.
Curiosity. Forward.
Yeah, something in the direction of there's always a circle to explore with all people. Can be myself and my seasons, or just like we did, make one on the floor and move in that. Yeah. I like that one. There's always a circle.
Thank you both for being here.
Thank
It was
you.
awesome.
And nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Look forward to meeting you.
So, sweetheart, if you liked this course and you want to dive deeper, you're curious for more, I have news for you. I created some things for you that you might be interested in. So the first is a video course that is always available on my website. It's when you sign up, it will come straight in your inbox for a few days in a row. And there you will learn about how to track your fertility. So it's both for contraception as conception. And you will learn about reading your mucus, your temperature, your the position of your cervix, and also lunar fertility. And everything is in there. So you can find this. I also have a free mini course, Menstrual Magic or Cyclical Living, which is made for you to get even a better understanding about the different seasons. It's pretty short and you can just sign up and access it immediately. And there you will also get invited to what I actually want to talk about, which is the Menstrual Magic 7-week live course. So just let me guide you a little bit through here. This is a course created for the women who are ready to dive in deeper and really learn how to live and work from your womb with the seasons, to enter in a more blissful bleeding menstruation and really take the cycle as your guide, because it's a gift that we all have that many experience right now as a burden, or as painful or frustrating. And what about just embracing it and actually getting the most out of it, because it's already here. You already have it. It's just freely given to you. And I feel super passionate about harvesting all the beauty of it. So you can read all about, is this you? Why would you do this? And what is in it, the topics that we'll cover, the seasons, better self-care, cyclical living for optimal health, how to track your cycle, how to use it to work in a natural and effortless way. Fertility is in here, so the conscious conception video course is part of this. We'll learn more about PMS, about there's like the sexuality part and the pleasure part is involved in here. Yeah, and a lot more. So you can have a read. Part of this is also that you get a private session with me to really tackle your #1 challenge in all of this. We'll look at menarche, your first bleeding and how that went, and how we can actually upgrade that and make it a real celebration if it wasn't yet. And much more. So this is 7 weeks, beginning from the end of the last Saturday of May. You don't have to be always available for the 6 live calls that are part of it, because they will be recorded and they will be there for you. So you can be there and interact in a group, or you can just do it in your own time later. There's space for questions. There will be a guest teacher for more questions around maybe a naturopathic view on treating different imbalances or physical issues. And if you sign up before the end of March, you receive an extra one-on-one session that you can book immediately, so you can already start. And in that one-on-one session, we will kind of do a little bit the same as we did here, kind of finding where the edges for you and how you can start tracking already and work with this until the course starts. So this is my offer, and you can read more to continue. Yeah, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. I'm happy to hear your concerns and your questions. Intimate breath.